A couple weeks ago, we heard about a company that can take your Apple Watch steel and plate it with real 18-karat gold. Since we already got our hands on a 38mm Apple Watch, we couldn't resist to try it out and see how it compared to the real Apple Watch edition that cost 10 grand. Alright, so here's how the process works. After you order, WatchPlate sends you a prepaid FedEx ground label, which is included in the price and also insured up to $700. So when it came time to ship, we put the watch back into the original box that it came in, slapped the label on, and dropped it off at FedEx. WatchPlate gives a turnaround time of 4 days, and you need to count on a couple extra days for shipping. We got our watch back very quickly, in the matter of only a week. We unboxed our watch for the second time, except this time, it was gold. We took a real good look at it and didn't see any defects. The plating looked perfect, the watch powered on fine, and everything still works as expected. The microphone and speakerphone work perfectly, and the digital crown still scrolls just as smooth as when we shipped it out. Here you can see the difference between our Apple Watch Sport and our new gold-plated Apple Watch. But it's important to know that WatchPlate can only plate your steel Apple Watch and not the Apple Watch Sport. This is due to the simple fact that aluminum is not a metal that can be plated with this gold plating process. WatchPlate can also gold plate your band, which is included in the $399 that you spend. In our case, we only had the white sport band to send, and they still plated the little pin gold, which is a nice touch, and it matches the band just like on the real Apple Watch edition. You can also send them an extra band, and they'll plate it for an extra $100. We do plan on sending them our Steel Link bracelet as soon as we receive it. WatchPlate has already successfully plated one, and as you can tell, it looks pretty stunning. And while this option isn't even available from Apple, a few celebrities like Kanye West and Beyonce are already rocking the edition with the gold Steel Link band, and it probably cost them a pretty penny. WatchPlate will give you the same look for only $400. Alright, now it's time to see how our gold-plated watch stacks up against the $10,000 Apple Watch edition. We scheduled an appointment for an Apple Watch edition try-on and made our way to the Apple Store. One guy even stops us on the street to ask us if we have a real gold Apple Watch. As we get to the store and walk around, we chit-chat with some of the employees. Their reactions were priceless as they thought that we had the real watch edition. After having a little bit more fun, we finally got to sit down and have a chance to try on the watch edition and compare it to our new gold-plated Apple Watch. One thing you definitely don't get with your gold plate is the sweet charging box that comes with the edition. But is that really worth the extra thousands of dollars? At first glance, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. The two watches are nearly identical. When analyzing them in more detail, we did notice the gold plating had a slightly more yellow color. However, we don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But before you get any ideas, like trying to pawn off one of these as a $10,000 watch on eBay, there are a couple key differences. The Edition watch is made out of solid gold, and you can certainly tell the difference in weight. Ours was slightly lighter, not to mention the engraving on the back that clearly states gold. But even the Apple Watch employee who was giving the demo was very impressed by our gold-plated steel watch. But he did warn us that by doing this service, we most likely voided our AppleCare warranty. We still think it's worthwhile though if you want a gold Apple Watch and don't want to drop 10 grand. Overall, we're very pleased with the service, turnaround time, and results of the plating from WatchPlate. The customer service was very responsive, and the quality of the gold plating was exactly what we were expecting from the pictures. There's a link to WatchPlate in the description below, along with a full review on our site, which includes pictures and other customer photos and reviews.